A disclaimer for the follow-up video. A lot of the scenes would have to be pixelized and flipped in order to avoid YouTube copyright. Unfortunately, it doesn't make the video look any pretty, but that's what we're gonna have to do for now. So I apologize for the inconvenience, and yeah, screw YouTube. Season 2, we see the beginning of winter episodes. And here it contains one of my favorite holiday episodes, Snowstruck Wilson. Well, actually, Chugging Home for the Holidays is one of my favorites, but that's a video for another day. There's just so much in this episode that just is done right. The story, the characters, the animation is all just amazing. The episode starts out with the trainees practicing how to use snowplows with sand, as they've never experienced snow before. And then the next day, they find themselves with a pleasant winter surprise. I also absolutely love this night shot with the owl. It just looks so majestic. It's the way how he flies, and as he flaps his wings, the snow particles just flutter around. It's amazing. The trainees awake to see snow, and Wilson's the most starstruck of them all. You see what they... No, starstruck, snowstruck. Clever choice of words, clever title, I love it. And V then calls for all the experienced chuggers, that means not the trainees, to get fit up with snowplows so they can help clear the tracks. Wilson, being as eager as he can to see as much snow as possible, he decides to tag along with Harrison, to which he then later agrees. The two go out clearing the snow together, and they then stop at a station to take a rest. And of course, in classic Wilson fashion, he gets distracted and doesn't even realize that Harrison is far gone without him. None the wiser, Harrison doesn't even notice that Wilson isn't even with him at all. A blizzard occurs while Wilson is currently searching around looking for where Harrison could be, and then he stops inside a tunnel to rest and warm himself up. At the same time, Harrison then found out that Wilson was finally missing. He started to panic. He lost his kid. Unfortunately, while he tried to do his cry for help, Wilson accidentally traps himself in both sides, covering each end with piles of snow. This has turned into a serious situation quite fast. Harrison thankfully heard his call and managed to find Wilson by the tunnel, and attempts to take him out. But to no avail, he was unsuccessful at doing so. And then the two have a heart-to-heart moment. And this is my favorite moment of the episode. Harrison doesn't scold Wilson, but instead takes accountability for his own actions, as it was his responsibility to look after Wilson. But at the same time, it was also Wilson who promised to stay by his side this whole time. Technically, none of them are in the right. Both are to blame for the situations, and both are sorry for what they've done. It's a really nice father-son moment. I also like to think Harrison is so mature and kind due to the events of Training Time Harrison in the Season 1 finale, where before he was arrogant, rude, selfish, full of himself, cocky. But after that experience with Wilson derailing, it is then he realized that he is a role model. The little chuggers, especially Wilson himself, looks up to Harrison as a role model, so he has to step up his game. He needs to learn to be more respectful, be more kind, more honest, more responsible. And here, all those traits exist. Sure, he was showing off a little bit, but of course, that's in Harrison's nature, that's his personality. But once he realized something is wrong, and when he realized that he's in the wrong, that's where he shows his growth, and I really love the writers for doing this. Because neither of them are able to get the snow out, they both call for help, to which, coincidentally, Action Chugger is flying through the air and spots the two chuggers. He lands down, uses his jets to melt the snow, and Wilson is out free. Shivering, but free. I also love how Harrison is still concerned for Wilson's health, noticing how cold he is. I mean, obviously it is noticeable that he's cold, but like, it's a touching moment. It's a touching moment. To warm him up, Action Chugger suggests that Wilson will fly along behind him while using his jets to keep him warm. They fly back to the depot, and we have this nice little aerial shot, and it's just... This is breathtaking. I'm sorry. This is the most beautiful shot of the season, maybe the show. It's amazing. Again, this whole episode was animated beautifully with the snow, the lights, the shading. Everything is just amazing. And for the first episode produced for the season, technically, this is the first episode in production order. They really wanted to try out this new snow feature, and it was perfect. And that was Snowstruck Wilson. Again, for the first winter episode, and technically the first episode of season 2, the team did phenomenal. This brings out the father trope character into Harrison, and I am all for it. It was an amazing winter episode with lots more to come forth. Hope you guys have a happy holidays, and be a good cheeky child. Goodbye.